helps if I turn my mic on. The Major League eSports Catalyst Mid-Series is on the air. Live from Las Vegas Motor Speedway, it's the Sin City 134. The playoffs are over. It's time to get serious. The regular season's over. It's time to get serious as the playoffs start tonight. 134 laps here at the Sin City. Place your bets, folks. And as I was saying before I stepped on my own junk, tonight's overlay being brought to you by PZ Overlays. Paul Zoda providing some of the most beautiful overlays in all of iRacing. For more information on how you can get your own, you can find Paul on his Facebook page. That's PZ Overlays. And, of course, our very, very good friends over at pH Aware. Pulmonary hypertension is one of the more difficult to diagnose terminal illnesses on the planet due to the way that it masks itself with so many other terminal illnesses. For more information on how you can become more pH aware, we ask that you go to phaware.global. So, it's all come down to this. 134 laps in the Sin City, Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It is the Catalyst Mid-Series. Kind of a short field here tonight, as they are currently under qualifying. 11 cars in the field tonight. Spencer Preet, no real surprise there, setting quick time. Let's take a quick look at the qualifying. Spencer Preet setting quick time, 29.3. So almost a tenth and a half to the good. And yes, math majors, go ahead and get your hate mail coming tonight. I don't care. Travis Brown sitting second quick. We saw those guys just throw hand grenades at each other last time we were on the air at Darlington. And we are going to take this moment to ask that everyone please rise. And gentlemen, please remove your hats. As our very good friend, U.S. Army retired, Mr. Terry Adams, brings us tonight's national anthem.
Green, green, green.
we're going to stay with both Brown and Arthur. And they both slide through their pit stalls. Oh, my Lanta. Tyler Vickery having problems on pit road. Arthur is down and away, unofficially your leader. As there goes Corey Henry flashing by. And we are Tex Perry having problems. Let's take a look at what happened to Tex. That car is smoking badly. So Tex coming out of the pits, cold tires, just finished his pit stop. You see the attitude on that car. He's got it set to dig right now. Goes into 3, cold tires, and just bang. And that was Marcus Hagman just barely missing him. So we are under caution. And Corey Henry plays the pit strategy perfect. Inherits the lead. We are back live. There is your leader, Corey Henry, in the GMAC Financial Services number 25. The pit crew on the 25 got him down in a 14.4. Mark Arthur had a quicker time in his stall, but we saw him slide through his stall, so he lost a full second on pit road to Henry. It's Kyle Gilbert taking it back down pit road. Spencer Preet going back down pit side. As is just about everybody. Good news is all 11 starters are still running. And Tex Perry looks like he's finally burned his fast repair. Had to get that number 98 Dodge Dealers Association K9 car fixed. So current check of your top 5. It's Corey Henry, Mark Arthur, Travis Brown, Kyle Gilbert, Spencer Preet. Preet and Vickery both having connection issues right now, it looks like. And Tyler Vickery's put it behind the wall? What the hell happened there? I'm at a loss for words. He was running third and now has since put it behind the wall. Not sure exactly what's going on. He's about... Looks like everybody had gotten back on the lead lap or cycled back through. Spencer Preet dropping to the tail end of the field. Working lap 34 of 134, so 100 to go at the stripe. This is our first caution, and hey, you know, this type of racing these guys will put on, you know, they'll run a good long while under green flag conditions here. We are going to reach out to league owner Tex Perry. Tex, that's the type of stuff that'll change the flavor of your fire suit pretty quick, isn't it?
Well, just trying something that's kind of stuff that 2 tires and not expecting the outcome will do for you.
Fair enough. I was going to ask if you had gambled on 2 under that stop.
Yeah, I thought I'd take a chance and take 2 and try to pick up a spot or two, and it backfired on me. I come out of the pits and went down into 3, and it just got away from me. Wasn't ready for it.
Well, if you're going to do it, it's early enough that you can battle back from it, but unfortunately, I believe you had to burn your fast food there already, right?
Car's not bad. Still trying to get used to the setup a little bit. We had plenty of practice. Didn't really have a pack to run in, so still trying to figure out what the car wants and where it wants to go and what it wants to do. But I think long run we may be able to squeeze out top 5 at least.
All right, Tex. Best of luck too. We'll let you get back to it as the lights go out on the pace car.
Thank you, buddy.
That was league owner Tex Perry, who we just saw go on one wild ride to bring out caution number 1. Corey Henry, currently in control of the field, going to have the button when we go back to green, as the field working its way down the back straightaway here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. The Nellis Straight, as they call it. So Henry, Arthur, Brown, Thompson, Hagman, Gilbert, King, Newton, Preet, Perry, and Vickery back on the track. Looks like he had connection issues, so unfortunately iRacing forcing a tow in that one, as the field working its way through the 3-4 complex. And we missed it earlier, so it's time to do it now as the pace car makes that hard left turn. Grandpa, Papa Viagra, it's time to get it back on at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Green, green, green.
And Brown gives Henry a shove as we go almost 3 wide. Mark Arthur seeing it and wisely backs out of it just a tick. Then gets back into it, keeps it wound up on the high side. Side by side, Arthur and Brown for second. As Henry has him covered, playing both halves against the middle. Here comes Arthur on the high side again. Side by side into turn number 3. Almost contact. That could have ended 8 different times poorly. It's a 3 wide, and around goes Brown. He saved it. Oh, my Lanta. Hugging the apron is not what you want to do at 185 miles an hour. And we are still 3 wide. That's Preet, the meat in the sandwich. And there goes the 9 of King again. Gets it all wrong coming off of turn 2. And deja vu all over again, as we saw him do that on the opening salvo of this race. And Hunter King's night just got longer. That car's not running. If it is, it's not running well. Hopefully he stays down there and we stay green. Wow, that was a shot. Meanwhile, Mark Arthur has cleared Corey Henry. Corey Henry looks like just got out-muscled there. Kyle Gilbert's gotten by as well. Still a lot of damage on the right side of the 227 of Gilbert. But Mark Arthur is starting to stretch his legs right now, as he is almost a full second to the good. That's Thompson and Preet throwing hand grenades at each other right now. And Travis Brown all over the back bumper of Corey Henry. Gonna throw it into turn number 3, gets it to stick. Henry battles back on the high side, staying with him, keeping it wound up in that second lane. Drag race to the start-finish line. Preet is meeting the sandwich again. And Marcus Hagman, maybe? Let's take a look. No, he was just taking a pit side. What the hell happened there? Oh, that was the stage end. I'm sorry. So your stage results: Mark Arthur, Kyle Gilbert, Corey Henry, Travis Brown, Spencer Preet, Doug Thompson, Marshall Newton, Marcus Hagman, Tex Perry, and Tyler Vickery running out your top 10 as Hunter King has more problems. And these guys are trying to save fuel already. Kind of wondering if anybody's going to take it down pit side this time. Only 11 laps on Arthur's stint. Corey Henry with 15, and Arthur taking it pit side. Well, let's take a look and see if he can do any better getting into his pit stall this time. Looks like everybody taking it pit side. Still trouble getting into his stall. Slides through for a second time. Down and away, and it's a drag race to the stripe. Arthur, Henry, Gilbert, Brown, and Preet in that order, your top 5. So we are going to step away relatively quickly here for a brief word from iRacing. We'll be back in a minute. And we are back as you're watching the last little bit of pacing as pace car looks like lights are getting ready to go out. Tyler Vickery looking to get one of his laps back. As there he goes. Lights go out on the pace car. Mark Arthur going to take the inside line. Corey Henry going to take the outside line. As Arthur has shown tonight why he is a mile-and-a-half specialist. Corey Henry did not a slouch himself, though. Field working its way into the 3-4 complex. Arthur gonna have the button this time. And we've seen in the past that that can spell nothing but disaster for the rest of the field when it happens. Pace car getting ready to make that hard left turn. Arthur going to have control of the field. Pace car is in and holds him down a little bit. Finally pulls the trigger, and we are back underway. That battle for second really starting to heat up right now. It's Gilbert to the inside of Brown for third. Trying to get a twofer as he pulls side by side with Henry right now. Down the Nellis straightaway, and Brown's going to make it 3 wide. Thinks better of it as they haul off into turn number 3. Henry keeps his foot in it on the high side. And Mark Arthur's got to be loving this in his rearview mirror as he's just starting to walk away from these guys right now. Go ahead, guys. Just battle out all you want. And, you know, waste all that time and energy. And go ahead, burn all the goodie off your tires. Mark Arthur already 0.6 to the good, as he is starting to flat check out on this field. Henry and Gilbert still slugging it out for second, though, and here comes Preet. Early connection issues seem to be solved. Preet trying to make a charge. No hole yet. And Kyle Gilbert starting to lose ground on that inside line, having to keep it pitched down, scrubbing off some speed. Brown keeping it wound up on the high side. Henry has the clear. Brown has the clear. Preet trying to make it clear now. Preet on the move. Mark Arthur 0.7 to the good currently. Brown goes to the inside of Henry. Henry keeping it wound up on the high side. Going to make Brown have to earn it the hard way. Gives plenty of room, but don't look behind you, Travis, or Corey Henry. That is Spencer Preet. As Henry maintains the spot. Preet to the inside of Brown this time. Preet trying to make some headway in the 27. Slides up in front of Brown, and Brown crosses him over, goes right down to the apron. Gets a little bit of a wiggle. Still keeps his foot in it, though. That's a ballsy move. Preet crosses him over again, inside down into turn number 3. Gonna bomb it in there and hope it sticks. Preet losing a little bit of ground there on the inside line. Probably not where that setup is happy. Going to duck back in line behind Brown this time. Still has Gilbert right there with him. Gilbert still keeping it wound up. Preet going to go to the high side as Brown goes way down onto the apron. Preet into the wall. Gilbert into the wall. That's going to cost both of them a ton of speed. Here comes Doug Thompson to the inside. Picks off Gilbert. The 9 of Hunter King is a lap down. That's Doug Thompson currently sitting in 5th in the Clyde Torque Chicken Pit Special from the movie Stroker Race, a tribute to the late Burt Reynolds, who we lost this past week. And if you haven't seen Stroker Race and you call yourself a racing fan, I'm about to pull your racing card. You kind of owe it to yourself. Greatest line in movie history, said by Harry Gant during that movie. "Oh, hell, here we go again." Mark Arthur has flat checked out. Half a straightaway right now is the lead over Corey Henry, as Henry is comfortable, not under a lot of pressure, but still comfortable over third place Travis Brown right now. Brown hanging with him. Spencer Preet is dropping back like a stone as he narrowed that car up by about 1.5 feet, banging the outside wall coming off the 2. And Kyle Gilbert's night just got a whole hell of a lot longer. There's Tyler Vickery, who just got back on the lead lap. Marcus Hagman, first car 1 lap down. I'm sorry, Tyler Vickery and Hagman battling it out for the lucky dog spot. This is the Major League eSports Catalyst Mid-Series Sin City 134, the opening round of this season's playoffs. Mark Arthur in control of the field. 1.5 seconds to the good. Corey Henry sits in second. He is just under 0.3 to the good over Travis Brown. And Travis Brown made up a little bit of ground there going through the 1-2 complex. And the battling that these two guys are doing is letting Spencer Preet reel them in. And I got to think we've got to be getting close to... Oh, that's not good. Travis Brown starting to get the connection issues. Brown still trying to figure out a way to get by Henry. Henry running a nice conservative line, able to keep it wound up in that second lane. Brown putting that car where he has to get some clean air on the nose of it. His aero push is definitely real in these cars. And other than these two right now, this entire field is more strung out than a frat boy on a 4-day bender. Brown to the inside of Henry as they go into turn number 3. Brown just bombs it in there. Finally slides up in front of him. Henry tries to cross him over. Catches the apron, gets it sideways. That's going to let Brown have the spot. Henry had to chase it down the track there. As Marcus Hagman has gone pit side, first one to blink of the cars still running. And Spencer Preet is starting to reel these guys in as Kyle Gilbert goes pit side. Mark Arthur now 2.3 seconds to the good. There's Arthur. There's Brown. You don't even see Arthur in the shot. That's how far up the road he is. 2.5 seconds to the good now for Mark Arthur. Definitely has a long run setup in that car. There he is, getting a little bit of wiggle coming off of 4. Well, let's take a look here and see if we can see Travis Brown anywhere near Mark Arthur as they come down the back straightaway. You can get a good gauge on the distance with the shot we're about to show you. That's how far back, almost the complete distance of the back straightaway is how far up the road Mark Arthur is. As Travis Brown is now having to deal again with Corey Henry, as Henry has reeled him back in. Spencer Preet right now holding court as he takes it pit side. That's going to hand 4th place over to Tex Perry. So Preet goes pit side. Kyle Gilbert has gone pit side. Doug Thomas, Marshall Newton, Marcus Hagman, Hunter King have all gone pit side. And are all now sitting 1 lap down. Tyler Vickery being shown as the first car 1 lap down. Corey Henry has gone pit side now. Tyler Vickery goes pit side. Mark Arthur still showing the way. 2.5 seconds now up the road. There's Tex Perry, and I bet it's safe to assume that Tex is not going to gamble on 2 tires on this stop. So Mark Arthur, your winner of segment 1, has led all 25 laps of this current segment. Travis Brown sits in second, 2.6 back off of him. Tex Perry is another 6 seconds back as Perry takes the pit side. We are going to be 11 to go in this segment at the stripe. Arthur continues to show the way. Travis Brown stayed out as well. 2.9 is the gap now. Mark Arthur continues to just show why he is one of the best on a 1.5 miles. And he takes a pit side. Gets it a little squirrely coming off of 4. Had a hard charge going. Gets it finally locked down. Just getting it down to 50 miles an hour as he gets to the stripe. If he doesn't get popped for speeding, that is. Mark Arthur slides through his stall again. Right sides are on. Left sides go up. Drag race to the line. And now it's a drag race to get up to speed. Corey Henry is at speed. Spencer Preet has already flashed 5. Spencer Preet, cone to cone, stop of the night so far. $39.8 cone to cone for the driver of the DuPont number 27, Spencer Preet. Corey Henry, 40.6, second best cone to cone of the guys that took 4 tires. And it's 4.5 seconds back to Mark Arthur from Corey Henry. We are 8 to go in this segment. Tex Perry did take 2 that time. He knew what to expect. Is Kyle Gilbert eats the wall again. Oh, man. When it rains, it pours. Again, thoughts and prayers going out to all those affected by Hurricane Florence. Not funny with what's going on there. A lot of flooding going on in the North Carolina area. You can contact your local Red Cross if you'd like to get in on hurricane relief efforts. As Gilbert gets back up to speed and bombs it into 3 on Perry. 2 tires, probably not the way to go. Perry still struggling as Travis Brown goes back pit side. What happened to Travis? The car looks okay. The car still looks okay. We've gone back a little bit further. It looks like Travis Brown might be prepping for segment 3. Problem is he's a lap down right now. Spencer Preet is starting to stretch his legs in the clean air. A second to the good over Corey Henry right now. And you can see Mark Arthur there. And that's Doug Thomas right behind him. So 1 second, 2 seconds, and 7 seconds are the gaps between your top 4. Spencer Preet putting on a clinic right now as we are going to be 2 to go in this segment at the stripe. Corey Henry is starting to reel in Spencer Preet. Henry has already cut the gap by half a second in 2 laps. White flag is out for this segment. Can Preet hold on? Corey Henry on a charge right now. Looks like Preet might be losing the handle on the DuPont number 27. Car looks like it's getting a little bit scary loose, and that's going to do it for the segment as we're waiting for the caution to come out, and there it is. So Preet hangs on, Henry for second, Arthur for third, Doug Thompson, Kyle Gilbert, Tex Perry, Marshall Newton, Tyler Vickery, Marcus Hagman, and Travis Brown. Marshall Newton, the last car on the lead lap. Tyler Vickery going to get the free pass this time. So expect to see the entire field coming down pit side. Travis Brown apparently was not happy with his car as the pace car picks up your stage winner, Spencer Preet. As we are going to take a quick look and see who's going to take it down pit side this time. Looks like everybody's going. And while they do that, we are going to step away and take a quick word from our friends at Low Budget TV.
Down into turn number 1. Another slide job and crossover. The brakes are glowing on that left front as we go 3 wide for the 3rd spot. Making sure they won't pull up. Almost in intersection. Almost pushing each other into the intersection and around. It's going to be fun to keep an eye on some of the B-main bombers in this one. Gotta keep an eye on it all, but this is the battle to watch right here, the battle for 3rd. By the way, a little homework. Morris was able to make it back on track.
I want to leap over buildings, want to fly over the shores, faster than a lightning flash, rushing through the cool night air. So start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a superhero.
Hey, what's up, guys? Scott Speed here at the iRacing headquarters. Some exciting news about the upcoming Rallycross World Championship. They've got a wild card entry, and yours truly is going to get that spot. See you guys out on the track.
So start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a
And we are back from Vegas, and Ben caught speeding. Spencer Preet popped for speeding on pit road. So that's going to hand the lead of the event over to Corey Henry, or back over to Corey Henry, I should say. Travis Brown still waiting to get the wave around. The lights go out on the pace car as Travis Brown and Hunter King both getting wave around. So King getting one of his 4 laps back. Tyler Vickery got the lucky dog. He's taking it pit side there. So Henry, Arthur, Thompson, Gilbert, Perry, Preet, Newton, Vickery, Brown, Hagman, and King, your running order. As we are getting ready to start segment 3, the final push in this one. Now, we have seen tonight that whoever gets into the clean air definitely has an advantage. And if Tyler Vickery times this just right, he can cold trickle the whole field. And again, those of you who call yourselves racing fans, if you have no idea what I just said, we're going to pull your card. And you can no longer call yourself a racing fan if you don't get that reference. Pace car getting ready to duck on in. As Henry going to have the button. Pace car makes the hard left turn. Henry in control. Holds him down a little bit. And finally pulls the trigger as we are back underway to start segment 3 of the Major League eSports Catalyst Mint Series Sin City 134 from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Doug Thompson trying to make some headway right now as he goes to the inside of Kyle Gilbert. Thompson been adjusting on that car all night to try to get it to his liking. And there is a huge melee right now at the back of this thing. Thompson still slugging it out. Spencer Preet on the high side. Second lane looks like it's going to be the lane to be in when we get to the closing laps of this one. Corey Henry showing the way right now. The rookie doing a masterful job. Mark Arthur has his back rearview mirror filled with Kyle Gilbert right now. Gets a good run off of 4. Gets a charge towards Henry. Henry was a little loose coming off of 4. And Arthur going to push the issue going into 1. Right down on that white line. Just barely keeping it off the apron. Drag race down the back straightaway. Arthur fighting it right now, sideways coming through the 3-4 complex. Loses a ton of ground and might lose a spot or two. And Spencer Preet pushes the issue. We're 3 wide, they make contact. And Preet into the wall. So Preet was right behind Gilbert, got a good run off of 4, pushed the issue, made it 3 wide. And they bang going into 1. And Spencer Preet coming out on the losing end of that whole exchange. The rest of the field doing a masterful job to stay off of him. But we are back under caution here. As the pace car has picked up the field. They're waiting on the pace car right now. Everybody getting checked up right there. And it looks like we've got some takers down pit road already. 7 laps in. These guys are going to do some more adjusting on those open setups. Mark Arthur hits his marks, finally. He needed that one. And Spencer Preet smoking badly, almost like a Cheech and Chong concert. You saw him burn his fast repair right there. Corey Henry going to win the battle off pit road. Mark Arthur fighting it. You saw him try for it. Got that car about 4 different kinds of sideways before collecting it back up. Luckily, did not hit anything. Tex Perry coming out in 4th. Tyler Vickery using the most of getting back on the lead lap. Marcus Hagman getting the wave around that time. So lucky dog going to Hagman in the 099. That leaves Hunter King in the 9. The only car 1 or more laps down. Not for lack of having speed in that Dodge Steelers number 9. King has just had some horrific luck tonight. Caught the turn 2 wall twice and has spun it into the infield. How about Corey Henry tonight? Corey's been doing a great job. The rookie showing why you never know what you're going to get. Yes, Corey is a rookie, but definitely not making rookie mistakes so far. And he's got some heavy hitters around him, and he has not shown any fear tonight. As Kyle Gilbert has thrown bombs at him. Mark Arthur has thrown bombs at him. Spencer Preet, one of the winningest drivers in the Major League eSports Catalyst Mint Series, has been throwing nothing but haymakers at everybody tonight. And Corey Henry has not flinched once. The man to keep an eye on, though, is right there in the 0-1. You're going to want to keep an eye on Travis Brown. He is back on the lead lap, and that could spell doom for the rest of the field. Lights are out on the pace car. Hunter King getting one of his 3 laps back, now only 2 laps down. Corey Henry going to have control of the field. Kyle Gilbert going to be starting to his outside. Mark Arthur and Tex Perry rounding out your top 4. So keep an eye on those guys. Perry's hungry and due for a win. And I wouldn't put it past Perry to try 2 later on. We saw him gamble earlier. It didn't work out on the first pit stop, but he did it on the second pit stop and made it work. So when the chips come down, if it comes down to track position, look for Tex Perry to do some pit strategy as the field works its way through the 3-4 complex. Henry going to have the button as we get ready to go back to green. Spencer Preet goes to the way high side to try to stay off the back bumper of Doug Thompson. Pace car is in. Henry has control of the field and holds him down. Finally pulls the trigger. And here comes Mark Arthur coming with him side by side with Kyle Vincent Gilbert as they haul off into turn number 1. Give the spot to Arthur. Gilbert not wanting to battle it. And it's a log jam behind them as Tex Perry's got Tyler Vickery to deal with. And Spencer Preet is right there as well. And don't count out Travis Brown yet. Back on the lead lap. This could spell disaster for the rest of the field, as Corey Henry has gotten back by Mark Arthur. Arthur got a little sideways coming off of 4, and Henry just motored on by. As Mark Arthur right now is under attack from Kyle Gilbert. Gilbert all over the back bumper of the Powerpuff Girls number 12 right now. As Spencer Preet on the high side of Tex Perry makes the move stick coming off of 2. And Perry's under attack as he's going to become the meat in the sandwich with Tyler Vickery and Travis Brown. And here comes the 13 of Thompson. Again, Perry going to be the meat in the sandwich. Thompson down on the apron. They're going to make it 3 wide going into turn number 1. As Vickery wisely backing out of it. Gilbert still all over the back bumper of Mark Arthur. That is your battle for third. Trying to figure out how to get by him. Up on the high side right now, looking to take all the air off the rear spoiler of Arthur's 12. And Gilbert knows it's time to go because he sees on the relative that Preet is all over him right now. Preet looking to make some moves. Gilbert sends it to the high side. That's going to let Preet go to the low side as there's some bump drafting going on the front chute. Preet to the high side. Going to use the draft off of Mark Arthur right now. Sails it into turn number 1. Gilbert trying to get it to stick on the low side. We've seen tonight already. That's not where you want to be, as you just scrub off a ton of speed down on the low lane. Preet makes it look that easy on the high side. Preet now sets his sights on reeling in the two cars in front of him. That, of course, is Corey Henry in the GM AC Finance number 26 and Mark Arthur in the Powerpuff Girls number 12. So far this season, every time Arthur has rolled out that Powerpuff paint scheme, he has put it on the podium. Arthur breathing that car through the 1-2 complex. Goes to the low side. Here comes Kyle Gilbert. Bombs it into 3 on Spencer Preet. Doesn't get the slide job done in time. Preet comes back on him. Gilbert loses a ton of momentum. And here comes Mark Arthur. Arthur gets the lead coming through the 3-4 complex. Made it work on the high side. And every time Mark Arthur has gotten that car into clean air, he has flat checked out. Working lap 103 at the stripe of 134. So 35 laps to go. Sorry, 36 laps to go. It'll be 35 at the stripe this time. Mark Arthur, Corey Henry, Spencer Preet, Kyle Gilbert, Travis Brown, Tyler Vickery, Tex Perry, Doug Thompson, Marshall Newton, Marcus Hagman, and Hunter King in 11th, the only car 1 or more laps down. As Travis Brown working the high side on Kyle Gilbert right now. That's your battle for 4th. Brown wants to put his hat back in the game. Now, mind you, this is round 1 of the playoffs. So every point counts from here on out. Every lap, every position, every just minute detail. Everybody's got to make the most of it if they want to come home with the Major League eSports Catalyst Mid-Series Championship. Mark Arthur really starting to stretch his legs right now as he's over half a second to the good over Corey Henry, as we just watched Travis Brown get past Kyle Gilbert. Brown up into 4th, Gilbert back to 5th. No pressure from behind. Tyler Vickery is almost 2 full seconds back off of Gilbert. So there's Arthur. There's Henry with Preet filling his rearview mirror right now. And you got to wonder who's got a long run set up in and who's got a short run set up in, and who's going to make the most of it by saving what little goodie they can save on those tires and still make it work. As Preet to the high side has a nose out front as they go into turn number 1, gets the clear. Corey Henry knows there's still a lot of racing left and there's still a pit stop left. We have not seen the money stop yet, ladies and gentlemen. Now Spencer Preet sets his sights on trying to reel in Mark Arthur. Is it going to be youth and exuberance, or is it going to be old age and treachery? Let's see how this one plays out. Spencer Preet has already been busted for speeding on pit road once. Mark Arthur has slid through his pit stall twice. And Corey Henry has hit his marks every stop so far. As Gilbert and Brown still slugging it out for that number 4 spot. We're about 10 laps away from seeing the money stop. It's not a matter of fuel mileage, it's a matter of tire management. Mark Arthur still shows the way. 6/10, now 7/10 to the good over Spencer Preet. There's Arthur and there's Preet. Two of the winningest drivers in Major League eSports history. Mark Arthur, arguably the winningest driver in Major League eSports, not to have a championship yet. "24 laps to go. Now, mind you, we have not seen the money stop yet, and Doug Thompson is the first one to blink. Yes, they can make it from here. As Thompson goes pit side and now goes 1 lap down. Corey Henry goes pit side. And Spencer Preet is having trouble reeling in Mark Arthur. When Arthur has clean air in front of him, the man is a machine, hitting his marks lap after lap. Still maintaining a roughly 6/10 of a second lead. "22 laps to go. They're about 22 laps in, so 21 and 23 now. 21 laps to go, 23 laps into this stint. And Spencer Preet has just clicked off a 2/10 gain on Mark Arthur. Let's see what this lap shows. Still 2/10. Spencer Preet is starting to reel in Mark Arthur. Arthur's fighting that car now. Was a little bit sideways coming off of 4. Maintains the lead still. But there's Spencer Preet on the high side as they're side by side into turn number 1. Arthur on the low side, not where he wants to be on old tires. Wow, that car was sideways through the 1-2 complex. Wouldn't be surprised if Mark Arthur took it pit side this time. Looks like he was thinking about it. Had a little bit of a twitch, was carrying way too much speed. Would have wiped it out had he tried it. As Tex Perry goes pit side. Spencer Preet has not gone pit side yet. Mark Arthur has not gone pit side yet. Travis Brown. Mark Arthur goes pit side this time. Arthur has to hit his marks here. Let's follow along. As Tyler Vickery is in. Mark Arthur needs the stop of his career right here. And slides perfect into his pit stall. Spencer Preet going pit side. Here comes Travis Brown. Preet down and away. Arthur down and away. And Corey Henry flashes by. "16 laps to go. 4 seconds is the gap. 4.8. Marcus Hagman has not yet pit. He is your leader. Look for him to come pit side soon. And it looks like he might be coming pit side. Nope, stays out. That is Tex Perry right behind him. Perry 1 lap down, looking to get it back the hard way. And there's Kyle Gilbert all over the back bumper of Mark Arthur. There's a 3-lap difference on their tires. Arthur still doesn't have his up to temperature. Kyle Gilbert has 5 laps on his, so he's got his nice and sticky. Mark Arthur has the position. And they are steadily reeling in Corey Henry. As Marcus Hagman stays out again. 15 seconds to the good over Corey Henry. Your leader, Marcus Hagman. And Hunter King has put it on the hauler. 13 laps to go. As Marshall Newton gets his lap back the hard way. $12 laps to go. 12.7 laps the gap. I'm sorry, 12.7 seconds the gap. And Corey Henry is reeling in Marcus Hagman at 1.5 seconds a lap. If Hagman if Hagman's got enough fuel, he could possibly steal this one. Spencer Preet has gotten by Kyle Gilbert. And Hagman goes pit side. Corey Henry is your new leader again. 1.2 seconds is the gap. Mark Arthur on a charge. Spencer Preet coming with him. It'll be 10 to go at the stripe. And Mark Arthur has the Power Puff 12 set on kill. You know he wants this. He wants to send a message. All these drivers want to send a message. The opening round of the playoffs. And they have caught Henry. Arthur to the inside. Henry gives him plenty of room. Arthur bombs it into one. Has the clear. And Henry was just a sitting duck. That's what 6-lap newer tires can do this late in the stint. 9 to go. There goes Spencer Preet. Preet had troubles early with the connection. Dropped to the tail of the field. Would love to make up for that oops early. Mark Arthur, though, in the clean air. Corey Henry, no pressure from behind. Kyle Gilbert, 2.25 seconds back as Preet goes to the inside of Arthur. Bombs it into 3. Arthur going to try to cross him over. Preet slid up the track. Arthur was able to keep the momentum. And gets the clear. Give that lap to Mark Arthur. 67 thousandths of a second. Preet doing everything he can. All over the back bumper of Mark Arthur right now. Thinks about it again. Thinks better of it. Arthur sails it off into turn number 3. Preet right there with him. Little bit of arrow push for the DuPont number 27 as we are going to be 6 to go at the stripe. Arthur and Preet have just thrown nothing but hand grenades at each other all night. Corey Henry has been the class of the field as far as not flinching an inch with the heavy hitters that have been around him all night long. And it looks like he is just going to hang tight and take the podium and move on to next week. Meanwhile, Mark Arthur, 5 to go, shows the way. Spencer Preet sitting in second, just stalking him. Identical lap times that last lap. 30.94s for both of them. 2 of the winningest drivers in Major League eSports history in lockstep with each other in the closing laps of the opening round of this year's playoffs. It's 4 to go. Still in lockstep. 31 flats for both of them. Arthur eats the wall. Preet almost gets into him. Oh, that's a heartbreaker. Mark Arthur just narrowed that car up by a good 2.5 feet. Just pounded the outside wall. Spencer Preet flashes by. 3 to go. Preet in control. Arthur's got to hope for a big mistake right now from Preet. And Corey Henry is starting to get under pressure right now from Travis Brown. Two to go. Popsicle sticks are out for your leader, Spencer Preet. Mark Arthur had a rare oops with 4 to go. That is a heartbreaker for Mark Arthur. White flag is out for your leader, Spencer Preet, as Travis Brown to the inside of Corey Henry. This is your battle for third. No quarter asked for, no quarter given. They're racing it hard, but they're racing it clean. Side by side into turn number 1. This is your battle for the final podium spot. Brown bombs it in, gets the clear, slide job. Here comes Henry back to the inside, way down by the apron. Loses a ton of momentum, gets the wiggle. And Spencer Preet gonna win it. Mark Arthur gonna hold on for second. Travis Brown gets by for third, Henry for fourth, Tyler Vickery battling back from 2 laps down at one point to round out your top 5. But how about that finish for that man right there, Spencer Preet? Holy cow, what a finish. And of course, we don't have Spencer Preet in the team speak right now. Hopefully we'll get him before we're done here, as his teammate gives him a shot in the back bumper. Oh, wow. Burning it down. So Spencer Preet coming home with the victory, not in TeamSpeak, unfortunately. So we are going to reach out to the man who finished on the next rung up on the podium, Mr. Mark Arthur. Mark, that's got to be a heartbreaker. Talk us through what happened there.
Yeah, that was my mistake. That's the second time I've done that, being in front of Spencer. But I don't know. It's the first time it pushed all night. I mean, I was good through the turns. I felt like long run I had them, but that turn that went down, I haven't got tight in 1 and 2 all night, and then just that time it went in there and just never turned. I wish it's this stupid tire model that iRacing's got. You have to run really high cambers. I mean, everybody's doing it, because if you don't, you're not going to be fast. And it does that. Sometimes it'll just go in the corner and it won't turn for nothing. It just goes straight, and ain't nothing you can do back out of the gas short of hitting the brakes. And these cars don't stop very well. You see how many times I screwed up my pits, but I mean, it's nothing you can do. It's just, you're just along for the ride at that point. Luckily I didn't tear it up too bad, and I was still able to do second. I think it would have been a good finish anyway. If I could have stayed in front of Spencer, it'd probably been pretty exciting.
Well, you brought up a good point. We watched you struggle all night with your pit stops, but when it came down to the money stop, you were spot on perfect into that pit stall, sir.
Yeah, it's the first time I've been sub 13. I think I had a 12.9 pit stop there. Probably shows a little different on your screen because I think yours is in and out of the pit box. But
12.86, sir.
Yeah, I was surprised on that one. I was like, wow. But then Spencer goes in and said that he slid through his a little bit and still was right out behind me. He must get in and off just much better than I do.
Well, it's something we've seen all season long. Anytime that Powerpuff Girls paint scheme goes on a car, and we mentioned it early in the broadcast, you have put that car on the podium. So dare say it's safe to assume we're going to be seeing a lot more pink through the rest of the playoffs.
Yeah, I'd say I started the season with it. I guess I'm going to finish the season with it.
Fair enough. Mark, again, heartbreaker for you, but it goes to show you that, old age and treachery can hang with youth and exuberance any day of the week.
Yeah, sometimes Spencer had his own problems. I mean, had Spencer not had all those problems, I mean, like I've said many times before, Spencer is just that much better than me. I mean, I can manage this finish somewhere second through fifth normally if I don't have problems. But if Spencer and I are about even, because we're always on the same setup. I think I changed mine a little bit during the race where it was better longer run. But usually if we're on the same setup and same car, and he's usually just those few ticks just better than me where he can just pull away from me.
Well, again, Mark, congratulations on the podium. I have not taken a look at the schedule. Unfortunately, I don't know where we're going next week, but
Richmond.
Okay. Well, we know we've spoken to you before, and you have a love-hate relationship with that track. So,
I probably will not be here. I'll probably miss that one because I have to go. I'm going to the Xfinity race that night, so I'll probably miss it, unfortunately. But Spencer's going to miss one later in the season too. But I don't know. I might hand it over to Kyle Gilbert if he doesn't miss any.
Well, it is what it is. But again, congratulations on the podium tonight. Anybody else you want to thank before we let you go?
Just my team, Rebellion Racing, and always you guys for putting on the broadcasting and And Tex for putting on the show. Where's Sam tonight? Is he taking a little break? Or?
Well, here's the thing. As I mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, Sam Cooper Bennett's mom got married this past week, so Sam is not home. He is in jolly old England with Mom this weekend. Going to be hopefully home tomorrow night, and we will be doing some Lotus 79 testing. So you're welcome to join us for that one. I remember
reading about all that stuff now. Yeah, I remember reading about. I thought it was last week. There's that age again.
Oh no, we're doing it all. We're doing it for the next week. Anytime we're not going to be on the air, expect to see the BOFA Classic Indy Series test sessions going up at a sim near you. But yeah, Sam is celebrating with his mom tonight, and we'll let you get back up and celebrate with the rest of your team on the podium. Congratulations on that, Mark. Nice start to the playoffs, sir.
All right, and Sam, if you're listening, congratulations to your mom for me, and have a safe trip back.
All right, so that was our second place finisher, Mark Arthur. We're going to go kind of out of order right now. Travis Brown coming home with the final step of the podium, just able to edge out Corey Henry. Travis, we saw you were one of the heavy hitters tonight. Little bit of an oops on that last pit stop. You were a little longer in your stall than most other guys, but we're able to keep it clean. Talk us through your thoughts on the way that the race ran tonight.
Yeah, I was pretty fast. I felt like I threw it away on pretty much every pit stop. I screwed up in different ways. First pit stall, it took me like 10 tries to get into the pit stall. So that cost me the stage 1 win. I feel like I probably could have held Mark off and won that stage. Then stage 2 under green, I believe that one I sped trying to beat Mark off. And, well, I should probably rephrase, trying to win the race off pit road. Then that last green flag stop, I don't know if I took longer in my stall. I gained time on Preet in, and he slid through his stall, so he had to back up. And so I feel like even if I had a slow stop, because I was kind of in at an angle, I'd have come off with him, and I did come off with him, and he just left me on the apron over there. So I got to work on pit road really as a whole. I feel like I've cost myself a lot of time and a lot of spots on pit road in the majority of this season, actually. So I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I know I'm speeding a lot. I know I'm sliding into my stalls, but that exit in pit road, I just got to figure out what I'm doing there. If I'm just pussyfooting it a little too much, or if it's something else, I don't know. But I was gonna short pit, but Corey kind of beat me to it, and I figured if I short pitted like a lap after him, because I was gonna go around 22 to go. I thought that would probably be a good time, and he went around 24 to go. And I figured if we were battling each other, we would be on even more worn tires by the time Mark and Preet got there. So I didn't do that. I tried to ride it out with Mark and Preet, and if I wouldn't have shot myself on the foot there, I probably could have hung with them. I don't think I had anything for Preet. Me and Mark were probably about even. If I could have come out of pit road ahead of Preet, maybe I could have held him off or something. I don't know, but third ain't too bad. That's probably about where I deserved. I just wish I kind of could have raced for it a little more. I was just having to play catch up there on that last little run. So yeah, it was a good night. I don't know where the hell we're racing next week, to be honest. So well, I guess it's Richmond.
Next week we go to the Great Equalizer with arguably one of the most difficult pit lanes in all of iRacing, Richmond International. Definitely going to be a fun one to watch from our point of view. Talk us through your thoughts and possible concerns going to the D-shaped Demon to Virginia.
I was pretty good there in the spring, but I don't remember. I think I got crashed and got called a lap down or something. But I had some speed, so if I can just get my pitting situation figured out, maybe we'll have something for Mark and for Preet next week. But I don't know. We're all on the same stuff really, so it's not like I'll have an advantage or disadvantage. They're just they're really good. It's hard to beat them. Anytime you can beat them, you've accomplished something. So
Well, you want me to give you the good news now?
Sure.
Mark Arthur just announced he's not going to be here next week.
Oh, really?
He's going to be at the Real World race.
Okay, good. So all I have to do is wreck Preet, and I'll be good to go.
Wow! Shots fired. Travis Brown, again, congratulations on the podium. Anybody else you want to thank before we let you go?
No, just Mark and Kyle and Preet, and I guess we worked on setup this week, and Hunter and Marshall and Corey was in Discord this week, and I don't know, it was just a lot of fun tonight. Would have been a little more fun, like I said, if I wouldn't have screwed up on pit road so many times, but still, there was a lot of good racing. I know me, Preet, Kyle, and Spencer battled there for a while, and then I pushed up into Preet and put him in the wall with Kyle, and I felt really bad about that. It's just once these cars start pushing, especially at a track like Vegas, there's not really anything you can do. Like it got to the point where when I was drifting up towards Preet, I was trying to spin the car out, and I couldn't do that to avoid him. So, but yeah, I felt bad about that, but luckily those guys rebounded, and yeah. So, just thank them, thank Tex for putting us on, and y'all for broadcasting.
All right. Well,
everybody watch. So,
Travis, we'll see you next week at Richmond. Best of luck to you.
We'll see you.
All right, so that is our third place finisher, and now since we are going way out of order, we are going to touch base now with the man of the hour. Started on pole, had connection issues early, battled back from being pancaked into the wall not once, but twice. Mr. Spencer Preet, congratulations on a hard-fought victory tonight, sir.
Thank you.
So, talk us through your feelings. It had to have been an emotional roller coaster for you all night long.
Yeah, race started. I mean, we started rolling off the grid, and I think we got to the backstretch, and then my connection just died. I don't know what happened. I mean, trust me, I'm very well, I'm experienced when it comes to connection issues. I've had every single one you can think of. I've come up with fixes for everything that is under my power. But I have no clue what happened tonight. I don't know what caused it. It went for 40 laps almost before it finally sorted itself out. So I don't know what it was. I tried everything. I spent extra time on pit road twice trying to, close out of anything that might be updating or anything. And I just couldn't figure out what it was that caused that at the beginning. So I couldn't really race for the first, 30 plus laps of the race. And then once we got into the race after that first stage, it was fun. There was just a lot of tough battles because it's so hard to pass, and a lot of us are kind of running the same stuff. So once you get a few laps in and you burn off the freshness of those tires, you really can't do anything on the bottom. It takes like a really big power move with a run from the corner before to be able to make anything work on the bottom. So you kind of have to set up all your passes, and that made it really interesting racing with like Travis, Corey, and Kyle trying to get back up through because they're all good. They all know what they're doing, so it's tough to set them up because they kind of Corey for sure knows how to defend that. He made it harder than anyone to pass tonight.
Well, that was one thing we were noticing is if the top lane car pinched down at all, it took all the air off the spoiler of whoever was on their inside. So that was something, again, like you mentioned, Corey was a master at that tonight. So, kudos to everybody for keeping it clean. Only 4 cautions. But talk us through what went through your mind when you saw Mark pancake the wall with 3.5 to go.
Honestly, the first thought was like, oh no, not again, because he did the same thing last week at Indy where I was running him down and I was probably going to get there and we were going to have to fight for it, and then he put it in the fence with like 3 or 4 to go, and he did the same exact thing tonight. And yeah, I mean, I had a shot at him a couple laps before where he almost hit the wall, had to back out of it completely, and I got a huge run and I cleared him going into 3, but once I got to 3, the car just went straight. And I could not get it to turn through the whole corner, and he was able to just cross me over and go back on by. And for a few laps, I could not get the car to turn, rotate at all in 3 and 4. So I kind of had to take it easy for a little bit, and then I felt like I was starting to reel him back in. I was running a different line in 1 and 2, trying to prevent that push off the exit of 2. I was kind of sending it a little bit higher and then crossing all the way down to the bottom on throttle, and I think that was kind of helping save my stuff out of two so that I wasn't pushing as bad. And yeah, he just had that same thing happen where he just went straight off the exit. And yeah, I mean, I thought I was gonna hit him with the way how much he slowed down. I thought I was gonna hit him, but I think I just barely missed him by like an inch. And
Another
yeah,
coat of paint, the both of you would have been in trouble.
yeah, I mean it sucks because I mean I really want to race for it. I guess I did in a way kind of put the pressure on him to make him make that mistake, but I still want to be able to battle for it. And with Mark, it's always going to be it's going to be tough, but it's going to be clean. So
well, congratulations on the win here at Vegas. As the series moves next week to the D-shaped Demon to Virginia, of course, we are talking about Richmond International. Talk to us your thoughts about that one.
Well, Richmond's my favorite track, so excited for that. I guess I'm advanced to the next round if that's how that works with the playoffs. So I think at this point I'm really just preventing other guys from getting playoff points and preventing them from locking in and advancing to the next round. But I guess I love Richmond. Richmond's my favorite track by far, so I'm excited for that and hope to do well.
Well, let's find out how that does work. As joining us now is league owner Tex Perry. Tex, with the win tonight, does that automatically move Spencer into the next round of the playoffs?
The way the points fall, it should. I'm actually working on the points right now, and that's what I got to go back throughout the season and get all the bonuses. But
so it's not a win and you're in kind of deal then.
It is, but it isn't type deal. He will move on. I guarantee that.
All right. Well,
excuse me, had a little something caught in my throat. But yeah, even with the points, the win should move him. He should be securely locked into the next round, no problem.
All right. Well, Spencer, good news for you. Good news for the rest of the field. Bad news for Mark Arthur. He just announced when we talked to him earlier, he's going to be missing next week's event due to being at the Real World Richmond race for the Xfinity Series.
Yeah, I heard that before. I think I guess if there's a race that he would miss that he wouldn't be too upset about, it would be Richmond. I don't think he really likes that track, but yeah, Mark's been here I think every race this season, so I think he kind of gets a pass if he's gonna miss something. But no, I think he should be good too because I don't know. Tex hasn't put in the bonuses yet, but I'm pretty sure Mark's gonna be well secured also, especially after tonight. So
let me take a quick look here. Yeah, most laps led tonight, Mark Arthur with 55. So I dare say with the bonus there, he should be relatively safe after next week. But Spencer, again, congratulations on the win tonight. Anybody else you want to thank before we let you get back up and celebrate?
Just everyone on the team, Mark for the fast setup as always. Again this week I didn't put in much. I didn't really do much with the setup, but I did put in a little bit more time this week than I did last week. So I did help out in finding the field, but I didn't really make any adjustments and help on that side of it. But thanks to all them. Thanks to Tex for keeping this going, putting this all on, and you guys for putting on the broadcast.
Well, Spencer, it's been a pleasure to watch tonight's race. Congratulations on the win. We'll see you next week at Richmond.
Thank you. See you.
And Tex, I got to give you hats off to the entire league tonight. Only 4 cautions. One of the most entertaining races I've had the opportunity to broadcast in a long time in any series. Welcome back, Tex. It's good to have you back with us. Good to have you back running well. Finishing 7th tonight. Had some troubles, but you've in that second stop you made 2 tires work.
Well, second stop we actually didn't take any tires. We was just trying to make up a little bit of time and just kind of ride it out as close as we were to the stage end. Just wanted to get it over with, honestly. Put 4 tires on. at the end of the stage, and then on the pit stop there in the middle, we put 4 tires on and just tried to work with what we could. I really felt we had a good run, long run car. Uh, just I think I waited too long to pit it, or I think I could have at least got up there and ran with Doug. Tyler blew by me, and I just did everything I could try to run him down, and I just couldn't. He got away, and there was no catching him.
Well, again, Tex, hats off to the entire league for stepping up tonight, putting on one hell of a show. I know that when the boys get ready to watch the group, viewing of the rebroadcast, you guys are going to be impressed with what you all did tonight on that track. So my hats off to the entire league.
We can't say enough about what you and Sam do up in the booth. You guys are the ones that actually make it worth watching. So keep it up, boys.
Well, you keep giving us action like that on the track, and we're gonna have some good broadcasts coming up here. Looking real forward to Richmond next week. Arguably one of my personal favorite tracks. I love that track. I know a lot of people. Richmond's one of those tracks that you either love or you hate, and I happen to love it. With the fact that you can't set up for just and go. You really have to pick your end of the track that you want to be good at, and that's one of the things I love about Richmond.
Yeah, right. That's for sure. If you can get through 1 and 2 real good, you're lacking down at 3 and 4, and then if you can come off 3 and 4 real well and get through the kink there, not really a dog leg, might as well call it a kink, and get you a good setup into turn 1, then you can kind of milk it getting around 1 and 2.
Well, you either have to be good in or good off, and you have to pick which one you want to be, because you're not going to be both at Richmond.
Yep, right. That's for sure.
But definitely looking forward to next week's race. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you are the mastermind about bringing the Mopars to iRacing, if I'm not mistaken.
Honestly, just the body style. When years ago, when we was running on N3 and 2003 and N4 and all them, that's all I ever ran was Dodges, and this is actually a throwback to the paint scheme I first run when I first started getting into racing on 2003. I always ran a Dodge, always had good luck with it, and I'm like, well, I'm just going to bring it and see if it'll carry over.
Well, if anybody from iRacing Corporate is listening, can we please have a Mopar? I don't care where you put it. Just give me a Mopar, please.
Yeah, right. I agree with that. Especially with like the Penny series. They're still running some of the Challengers. I'd love to see them get a hold of one of those and scan one and put it in with the K&N car.
That would be great, because basically you're talking about both of them are basically a spec chassis. It's a spec motor, and it's a 5-star template buy. So, can we have it, please? Please?
Right. Agree wholeheartedly. iRacing, if you're listening, get on it, Nim.
Yeah, no lie there. But, Tex, again, hats off to the entire league. Thank you guys for such a great show. We're looking forward to next week. Hopefully Sam will be back with me in the booth for that one. So we will hopefully see you guys, everybody, next week at Richmond.
Hope so. We'll be there. That's for sure. Like I said earlier in the season, this will probably be the last full season I run. But I'm going to give these guys one hell of a run for their money. They're going to have to earn it.
Well, while I got you here, I do know that Sam is going to be putting up a test race tomorrow for the new BOFA Classic Indy Series. Not sure which track we're going to. I'm going to try to talk him into letting me have some fun tomorrow night and maybe do some wild stuff that won't be on the schedule, but is fun nevertheless. But would like to give a shout out to the entire Major League eSports series and invite everybody to come join us for Lotus 79s with the BOFA Classic Indy Series.
Personally, I would love to. Unfortunately, I go back to work tomorrow night. But yeah, most definitely, I encourage all our guys to jump over there and check it out. Maybe we can bring some back over here.
Absolutely. You guys put on a hell of a show. I've been talking behind the scenes to some real world shoes to try to get them over here on a Saturday night when the scheduling with their real world commitments plays out and they're able to do so. They've already said that they are definitely interested in coming and playing in the K&N cars with y'all. So something to look forward to in the future.
That would be awesome for sure.
Tex, hang tight for me real quick because I do want to talk to you after we go off the air. But let's take a quick look at the results for tonight's event. Spencer Preet, of course, coming home with the victory. Mark Arthur, heartbreaker in second. Travis Brown battling hard with Corey Henry for third. Tyler Vickery coming home. Corey Henry in fourth. Tyler Vickery in fifth. Doug Thompson hanging on for sixth. Tex Perry in seventh. Kyle Gilbert in eighth, having nothing but problems in that last stint for Kyle. Marshall Newton, last car on the lead lap, in ninth. And Marcus Hagman in 10th. And Hunter King, just heartbreaker tonight for Hunter. 26 laps down, was the first car to put it on the hauler in 11th place. Excuse me. So that is going to do it for us here tonight. We will see you Monday night with the Paskey's Cardiac Truck Series. I believe they are at Indy. Don't quote me on that. No, where the hell are they? Yeah, they're at Indy for their first round of their playoffs. So join Sam and I in the booth for that one. Again, if you want to get involved in the Major League Esports Series, go ahead and drop a comment in the replay section comments with your iRacing screen name, and we'll get that passed along to Tex and see if we can't get you added into some future action here with the Major League Esports Catalyst Mint K&N Series. For Tex Perry, for Sam Cooper Bennett, this is Tony Strapasso saying we will see you next week from Richmond.